Welcome to night number 121 of History Bedtime Stories in our pajamas in bed. And tonight's episode is brought to you by Buddy's Pizza. This is night 2 of our 3-part series on Detroit's Zug Island, a man-made island in the Detroit River that started out as a peninsula and became an island when a canal was cut through. Where our story left off last night is Samuel Zug in 1891 sold the island to George Brady and Charles Nobel for a record-breaking $300,000. At 334 acres, it was a big plot of land, and Brady and Nobel really envisioned it as an industrial site. They get their wish. Samuel Zug sells, he goes off, and really gets interested in politics. He becomes the auditor for Wayne County under Michigan Governor John J. Bagley, and ends up dying at the ripe old age of 80 in 1896. Meanwhile, Brady and Nobel, they're sitting on a fortune because at the turn of the century, as Detroit is industrializing, we're becoming the best 5-cent cigar city in the world. We have the Queen Anne Soap Company, one of the largest manufacturers of soap in the world, and we are one of the largest manufacturers of stoves in the world. And what are stoves made of? Iron. Brady and Nobel at the turn of the century are sitting on a gold mine with this island. Easy water access for bringing in raw materials, easy access for taking out finished products, both by train and by freighter. In 1901, Detroit Iron Works takes control of the island, and by 1902, the very first blast furnace is built on the island. In 1904, Brady and Nobel sell to the M.A. Hanna Company of Cleveland, Ohio, who adds a second blast furnace. This is important because in 1904, that meant Detroit had the 2 largest, 2 highest yield, and 2 hottest blast furnaces on the planet. They were the biggest of their kind in the world at the time. The pig iron for the foundries are really getting turned out in mass from Zug Island, and it's making a lot of money for the H.A. Hanna Company. In 1931, the island is sold again, along with all of its pig iron and steel industry, to the Great Lakes Steel Corporation, who in 1938 sells to the National Steel Corporation. The National Steel Corporation really makes Great Lakes Steel Corporation a division of National Steel Corporation. And together they add a 3rd furnace, they enlarge the original 2, and they upgrade the entire system. They start producing coke. Today, in 2020, Zug Island and Great Lakes Steel are really one of just a handful of coke manufacturing facilities still left in the entire nation. In 1920, Henry Ford requests that cut-through that had turned what had been a peninsula into an island be enlarged to support his Rouge River factory. And suddenly, the 334 acres of Zug Island, which had sold just 40 years earlier for $300,000, is valued at over $150 million. We're going to leave the story there for tonight, and when we see you tomorrow night, we're going to talk all about what's happening at Zug Island today and the infamous hum. Wash your hands. We'll see you tomorrow night.